the other way. Cantone, Euro step left side, and she got the lay-in for Tuskegee. Jumper, right corner. Boland's true for Tuskegee. Boland, running jumper, knocked it down. It's exactly what Tuskegee needs. Tuskegee, nice bounce pass at the block. Flipper there, and he finishes with the flush for Tuskegee. He for three. Oh, yeah. Over to Kevin Seasbury. Alley-oop at the block. Crawford again. Now up top, Walker. Walker's three. Fires a three. Drains the three for Tuskegee. And we are live from the Hyper Arena on the campus of Fort Valley State University, getting set for men's basketball on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee on the road this evening to meet the Wildcats of Fort Valley State University. Glad you could join us for our coverage here on GTSN. Charles Ward here with the play-by-play story. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 10-9 on the season and 8-5 in the SIAC. They were predicted to finish second. Right now they are second in the West of the SIAC. They'll meet the Wildcats of Fort Valley, who are 7-3 overall and 6-7 in SIAC play. Wildcats predicted to finish 8th in the East. Right now they're 5th in the Eastern Division of the SIAC. Tuskegee, after a win in overtime against the Badgers of Spring Hill, they've won back-to-back ball games as they come into the Hyper Arena tonight to meet the Wildcats of Fort Valley, who are winless over their last two ball games. They lost to Albany State earlier this week and then to Clark Atlanta prior to that. So the Wildcats looking to get a win to get back in the win column. Tuskegee looking to forge ahead and go 3-0 as we get to the month of February, getting closer to the SIAC tournament at the end of the month, beginning of February. So every ball game is important for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They want to notch their third here and keep that momentum going. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, as we reference, number 2 in the West. As we take a look at the standings in the SIAC. On the western side, we'll focus our attention here. Miles College at number 1. Tuskegee's played Miles once, lost to them early this season, but they will have a chance at the Golden Bears again on Saturday from the Chappie James Arena on the campus of Tuskegee. That ball game on HBCU Go, but of course we'll have the coverage for you audio on GTSN. So it's Miles, Tuskegee, Central State, Kentucky State, Spring Hill, Lemoyne, and Lane. Now remember, the way the tournament's set up this year, the team that's in first on each division gets the bye, and the other 3 teams in the top 4, they will play at home in the first round of SIAC play. And if Tuskegee stays in at number 2, a chance outside to catch Miles to take the number 1 spot. But if they wind up number 2, they'll be hosting on the first round of the SIAC. I believe that'll be Lane if the things stay the way that they are in the Western Division. On the East Division of the SIAC, almost a runaway for the Golden Rams of Albany State. Edward Waters follows at second and Clark Atlanta at third. Those teams still jockeying as the season gets close to an end to determine who will be 1, 2, and 3. But it's the battle between those teams for the first 3 spots. Then Morehouse, the team the Golden Tigers are playing tonight, the Wildcats of Fort Valley, followed by Savannah State, Benedict, and then Allen University. So the Golden Tigers with a lot in front of them this afternoon. A win over the Wildcats of Fort Valley will give them 3 in a row and keep their momentum going as they look toward the SIAC tournament. Getting set now to introduce the TNT fireworks starting lineups. We'll begin with the Wildcats of Fort Valley State University. Again, they're 7-3 on the season and 6-7 in the SIAC. Marcus Scott, the grad student from Huntsville, Georgia, he the starting lineup for the Wildcats. He leads them from the free throw line at 82%. Hassan Diallo, the from College Park, gets to start. Diallo leads the team in blocks with 1.5 per ball game total of 29 for Diallo. Jalen Jack, the senior from Buford, Georgia, starts for the Wildcats. Jack on the season tied for first in steals with 17 for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Tyrus Doucette, the sophomore from Austell, Georgia, he gets to start. He leads the team in assists with 4 per ball game, total of 76 on this season for him. And rounding out the 5 for the Wildcats, it's Sayer Singor. Singor, a junior from Woodinville, Wisconsin, or Washington that is, and Singor averaging 12.6 points per ball game. He leads them from the floor in terms of shooting. So it's Singor, Doucette, Jack, Diallo, and Scott, the 5 for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Fort Valley coached by Montez Robinson He is in his 4th season at Fort Valley. Now let's take a look at the TNT Fireworks starting lineup for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. It's a familiar lineup. It's the one that won in overtime against Spring Hill on Saturday. It'll go this way. Kevin Seasbury. Kevin with 33 points in the ball game on Saturday to lead the Golden Tigers. He averages 16.5 points per ball game. DeAnthony Pennington, the senior from Kansas City, Missouri, in the front court for the Golden Tigers. Pennington leads the team with 2.9 assists per ball game, 13th in the conference in that category. The redshirt junior from Hoover, Alabama, Chip Culpepper. He's in the lineup tonight. Culpepper leads the team in blocks with 14. He's 11th in the conference in blocks overall. Rodney Walker Jr., the junior from Decatur, Illinois. Rodney at 6.9 points per ball game. He will be handling the basketball for the Golden Tigers. And Kasami Draper, named SIAC Player of the Week for his work against Lane College and Spring Hill. He averaged 24 points and 10 rebounds over the two ball games, and Draper in the middle, second team all-conference. So it's Harry, Pennington, Culpepper, Draper, and Walker, the 5 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, coached by Benchy Taylor. Coach Taylor in his 6th season at Tuskegee. Players out on the floor, official night's ball game, Jack Ushery, Marvin Harris, and Ken Clampett with the call. Golden Tigers on the road, dressed in black. Tuskegee blazoned across the top in gold, numbers in gold as well, outlined in that crimson. For the Wildcats of Fort Valley, they are in their home yellow trunks and jerseys, numbers in blue, outlined in white. Taps controlled. Tuskegee has it first. They go left to right in our first 20 minutes of basketball. Glad you could join us on GTSN. Pennington right side got some space. DA with the first field goal attempt in the ball game. That one's off the mark. It runs out of bounds. Basketball over to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, the number 1 defense as it relates to field goal percentage in the SIAC. They are second in the nation in that category. So it's the defense for Tuskegee that leads to their offense. Wildcats try to get it down at the corner, and it's tapped out of bounds. They say that Fort Valley touched it last, so the basketball over to the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, and the Wildcats with the first turnover of the ball game. They average 14.2 turnovers per outing. Walker in the front court, Draper right. Now back up top to Rodney. They're working across the floor left side, Pennington. Rodney, right side, Seasbury. Seasbury with 33 in the win over Spring Hill. Bounce at the block, Culpepper. He's doubled there, and the Wildcats with a good defensive stand there. Jump ball called on the arrow. They'll have the basketball. They converged on Culpepper at the block. Should not get the shot off. They tied him up there, and the Wildcats with the basketball back the other way. They go right to left on your listening device. Across the half court now comes Skyrus Doucette, the sophomore. He'll work it out front, left side. Still scoreless here, just underway here at Fort Valley. 19 minutes left in the first half. Doucette tied up out front. Dumped it down in the corner on the move at the block underneath. Good move there underneath the basket by Diallo, but a whistle down low. Tuskegee guilty of a foul. They call that foul down low on D.A. Pennington, so Pennington picks up his first. That's team foul number 1 on Fort Valley, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So Diallo, the sophomore for Fort Valley, at the line to shoot. He's 60% from the free throw line, 38 of 60 coming into tonight's ball game. He got the first free throw. So our first points of the ball game come from the free throw line. Diallo got them both. The Fort Valley with an early 2-0 lead. They jump into full court pressure. Pennington in the backcourt over to Walker. Walker back to Pennington, left side, and half across the timeline they go. Draper turns toward the rack, can't get a shot airborne, works it back out front to Walker. The shoot now for Tuskegee. In the corner, Seasbury for 3. Air ball by Seasbury. Backside rebound comes to Diallo. Fort Valley back the other way. Nice crowd gathering here at the Hyper Arena at Fort Valley. Most of them seated behind me on the student side. Jack handles out front left side. Slides by Seasbury at the block. Put back out front now. Doucette with the basketball. Walker picks him up defensively. Now Doucette doubled in the corner. The back inside. Got it over to Singhor. Singhor at the block. Now down in the corner. Will they get it off? They got it off before the buzzer. Coach Taylor indicating that they did not get it off. Officials don't agree with that. Basket to the Wildcats. It was a 2-point basket in the corner. And Fort Valley takes a 4-0 lead. Officials now stopping play momentarily. Coach Taylor screaming that shot did not get off before the buzzer. And we may have a warning on the bench. I think Michael Hodges Jr. was a little bit excited about that play. And they may warn him and the rest of Tuskegee for stoppage of play with him being excited about that call. The call went against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, and for the Wildcats of Fort Valley, they lead 4-0. And Tuskegee will have the basketball. Pennington conferring with Jack Ushery. And Tuskegee not at all happy about that 2-point field goal by the Wildcats. Felt like they got them down at the shot clock on a violation. Instead, Tuskegee with the basketball in the backcourt, trailing 4-0. Pennington across the floor now to Walker. Down in the corner to Culpepper. They come back up top. Entry pass Draper. Draper works inside. Floating hook by Draper, and that's his first field goal of the ball game. So Draper, the SIAC player of the week, had 26 points and 6 rebounds in the win against Spring Hill in overtime. Floater inside the paint. That one's off the mark by Diallo. Tuskegee clears. Pennington with the basketball. DA between the legs, works it right side, got some space, jumper, DA, and he is good for Tuskegee. So Pennington with his first field goal ties the ball game at 4 each. Pennington 13 points and 4 rebounds in the overtime win against Spring Hill just prior to this ball game. Tied at 4, 17:03 left first half of play. Wildcats with it in a half-court set now. Culpepper guarding Singhor. Singhor turns left side to the rack and banked it home off of the glass left side. Singhor leads them in scoring at 12.6 per ball game. Got his first field goal there. That trip down the floor. Wildcats with a 6-4 lead. Tuskegee with the basketball. Seasbury down in the corner to Culpepper. They push it up top. Pennington. RJ for 3. Walker back of the iron on the shot. Rebound cleared by Singhor down low for the Wildcats. And they come back the other way with Scott handling the basketball. Marcus Scott, the grad student from Hinesville, Georgia. Works it out front, double there. Got it over to Singhor. Now across the floor, they work it to Doucette. Now on the turn on the inside, Diallo lost it out of bounds, but Tuskegee touches it last. So it'll stay with Fort Valley. They'll have 12 to shoot. Noah Goins, a freshman from Mansville on the Texas, out on the floor now for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. He'll replace Culpepper in the lineup. Quickly they go inside, and Diallo on the other end of the pass. Got a lay-in left side. He's got 4 in this first half. Fort Valley leads at 8-4. 16:03 left first half. Half court set for TU now. Walker, Pennington, foul on extended Draper. Draper back to DA. He'll work off of a screen right side. Got some space. Jumper Pennington, and he's good again. Pennington 2 of 2 from the floor for Tuskegee. Makes it an 8-6 Fort Valley lead. Pennington 12.7 points per ball game for the Golden Tigers. Basketball on the Fort Valley end of the floor. It's a tie-up on the inside and a whistle. They will go to the arrow on the jump ball, and the basketball will belong to Tuskegee. Tuskegee will have it, but they'll have it after the media timeout. 34 remains first half of play. Tuskegee trails 8-6 to the Wildcats. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go to you.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Hi, I'm Billy Knight, former general manager of the Atlanta Hawks, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee trailing early here, 8-6 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Right now, Tuskegee 3 of 6 shooting from the floor at 50%. Wildcats 3 of 4 from the floor at 75%. Neither team with a 3-point field goal early in this first half of play. Tuskegee coming off of a ball game where they shot 55% from the floor against the Badgers of Spring Hill, 42 of 76 shooting. That's one of the reasons they were able to tie that ball game late, coming back from 13 points, take it into overtime, and eventually win it 104-99. After the timeout, Tuskegee with the basketball. They'll have it in the backcourt. Pennington slides it across the floor to Walker. Rodney across the timeline now. 15:23 left first half of play. Seasbury with it out front. They're trying to work it to Draper. Draper at the foul line. Turns, got some space. Jumper. Draper missed on the shot. Rebound. Goins had a hand on it. It's taken away by Gore at the block. Wildcats come back the other way. They lead by 2, 8-6. Out front with the basketball is Kyrus Doucette, the sophomore from Austell, Georgia. He'll work it up top on a turn to Jalen Jackson, the freshman from Atlanta. Now Singor, the left-hander, got some space. Line drive shot by him. It's off the mark. Rebound Walker at the baseline for Tuskegee. Rodney across the timeline now. Bounce pass in the corner. Seasbury on the move. Back to Draper inside. Hook shot by Draper. And he's good from about 3 feet away. So Draper with his second field goal, he ties the game at 8 each. Wildcats with it on a half-court set. Now we're down to 14:34 left first half. And they'll get Noah Goins for a foul out front. Goins trying to anticipate and steal that basketball away from Singor, but Noah guilty of the foul. It's his first team foul, number 2, on the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Goins, the freshman from Texas, transferred to Tuskegee from Loyola, New Orleans. Out front, Wildcats with the basketball. You said the sophomore handles out front, tied at 8 each. First meeting of these teams in the 2024-25 season. Out front, Scott slipped on the surface, able to get it free though, and got it in the hands of Jackson. Jackson, long three-pointer, missed on the shot. Rodney walks it down for Tuskegee. Rodney across the timeline now, right side to Culpepper, who just got back out on the floor. Culpepper bounce in the corner. Seasbury looking for space. Got some room for the jumper. Seasbury missed badly on that one. Rebound at the block by Pelham for the Wildcats of Fort Valley, who just got on the floor. Antonio Puali Pelham, the senior from Hopewell, Virginia. Scott with it for the Wildcats. Jumper at the foul line, missed there. Draper clears for Tuskegee, and here comes Walker. Walker wants to quicken the pace a little bit. Got it in the corner to Culpepper. Foul line extended. Draper, another hook shot there. This time he banks it out front for his third field goal of the first half, and Tuskegee takes a 10-8 lead. TU's first lead of the ball game comes with 13:25 left first half of play. That with it for the Wildcats. Slides it inside in traffic, taken away by Walker. Lead behind for Seasbury. 2-on-2 basketball. Seasbury in the corner now. Pulls it back out front, lost it momentarily, got it to Walker. Across the floor, Culpepper. In the corner, the Goins. Noah working on Scott. Head fake to the rack. Noah got it to fall for Tuskegee. Mismatch on the inside. Goins against Scott. Scott listed at 5'10". Noah at 6'5". Noah took advantage and got his first field goal of the ball game. And Tuskegee now with a 12-8 lead with 12:48 left first half of play. Up top with the basketball is Doucette. Now they go across the floor and they throw it too high and out of bounds, trying to get it to the short on the floor, Marcus Scott, and he's not able to elevate enough to catch it before it goes out of bounds. So Tuskegee will have the basketball. Austin Taylor, the redshirt junior from Honolulu, Hawaii, out on the floor now for Tuskegee. Taylor with a big three-point basket in the win over Spring Hill on Saturday. He'll handle out front, zone defense for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Pennington with 18 to shoot, slides up top. Taylor, entry pass at the block. Noah, head fake, reverse on the lay-in. And I believe, let's see if they'll count that basket for Noah. Yeah, they will count it. Good head fake at the block by Noah. And Goins with his second field goal of the ball game, and he will be going to the line after he was fouled. They call that foul on the inside on Diallo. Diallo picked up his first personal. And that's team foul number 2 on the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Goins converts on a three-point play there after he got the lay-in and he hit the free throw. So Noah with 5 in his first half of play. And Tuskegee's open up the 15-8 lead. Puali Pelham now, he'll fire a three-pointer from way downtown. Missed on the shot. It's loose on the floor. Wildcats get another look. This time they're able to jumper near the foul line. Jalen Jackson got that free field goal for Fort Valley. It's a 15-10 lead for Tuskegee. Entry pass Draper. In the corner, Culpepper. Back to Draper. Draper's got some space. Now works inside the paint. Leans back with a jumper. Creased the rim. No one got a rebound. And Goins again with a rebound and a putback for Tuskegee. Noah with 7 already. Back the other way. On drive, three-pointer by Jalen Jackson. So back-to-back field goals for Jackson. And it's a 17-13 lead for Fort Valley. Half court set for TU. Taylor, right side Pennington. Back to Oston. Oston on the move left side. At the block now Noah. Noah lost this dribble. Pushes back up top to Taylor. Taylor over to Draper, right side. Draper head fake, jumper in the paint. And a whistle on the shot. Draper to the line for Tuskegee. Good entry pass there from Oston Taylor to set up Draper down on the inside. They call the foul on Pelham, so Pelham picks up his first. Draper will be shooting, but he'll be doing it after this timeout. Immediate timeout here with 11 minutes, 10 seconds left first half action. Tuskegee with a 17-13 lead.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Just trying to rise here inside the Hyper Arena at Fort Valley State University. They lead it 17-13. Golden Tigers right now 8 of 14 shooting from the floor at 57%. Wildcats at 5 of 10 shooting at 50% for them. Set to resume action. Draper was fouled. And he'll be at the line shooting for Tuskegee as play sets to resume. Draper with 6 points in his first half of play. Kasami on the season, 51% free throw shooter, 78 of 150 from the line. Draper good on that first free throw. And as we referenced earlier, Draper named SIAC Player of the Week for the wins against Lane College and Spring Hill. Averaged 24 points and 10 rebounds over those two ball games. At 20 points and 14 against Lane and 26 points and 6 rebounds against Spring Hill. So Draper got them both that time from the free throw line. He's got 8 in the first half of play. Tuskegee leads 19-13 with 11 minutes, 10 seconds left in this first half of play. Tuskegee jumps into full court pressure now. Wildcats work it in a half court set. They give it in the corner to Singhor. Now back up top, they work it to Doucette. Under 11 left in the ball game, 13 to shoot for Fort Valley. They work it down inside and back inside to Singhor. He lost it momentarily, but he regains. Now 7 to shoot for the Wildcats. They push it back out front. Again, Jackson for three-point range. Missed on the shot. Goins clear to Tuskegee. Up to DA, across the floor now to Taylor. Taylor down in the corner to Goins. Entry pass, and he threw it right over to Fort Valley. Right over to Diallo. Amir Boyce out on the floor for Tuskegee. Instead of Draper on the inside. Miscommunication on that one. Half court set now for Fort Valley. We go down to 10-15 left first half. Fort Valley trailing the Golden Tigers 19-13. They work it on the move down at the corner to Jackson. Got it free. Good defensive work by Tuskegee. And they take the basketball away. Seasbury fouled in the backcourt by Jalen Jackson. So Jackson picks up his first personal. Team foul number 3 on the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Rodney Walker back out on the floor. Elston Taylor the seat. So it's Seasbury, Walker, Pennington, Amir Boyce, and Noah Goins, the 5 for Coach Taylor and Tuskegee. Walker across the timeline now, picked up by Doucette as he comes across the line. Up top, Pennington And an illegal screen there by Amir Boyce. Boyce trying to set the screen out front. He commits that. So Boyce picks up his first. That's team foul number 3 on the Golden Tigers. 9:53 remains first half. Tuskegee with a 19-13 lead. Half court set for Fort Valley. They go right to left in this first 20 minutes of play. Doucette handles half court set. Down in the corner, got it over to Tyler Pendergrass, the redshirt junior, who's out on the floor. Now they work it back across the floor now, dumping it on the inside. Diallo, shot rejected on the inside, and a whistle call there on a Yellowwood block shot by Boyce inside the paint, but they're going to get him for a foul on the inside. And Coach Taylor's just beside himself, thought that was a clean block by Boyce on the inside. Instead, Amir picks up his second personal. And that'll send Diallo to the line for Fort Valley to shoot. Diallo, 63% free throw shooter, misses on the first here for Fort Valley with 9:31 remaining first half. This is the 16th meeting between these teams, dating back to 2013. Of course, these teams have played a lot more basketball games against each other, but this is where, in the modern era, the stat package from Sidearm starts to track these teams. And this is the 16th meeting. Fort Valley trailing the Wildcats in the series overall 8-7 as Walker for Tuskegee missed out front of the jump shot, and Fort Valley comes back the other way. Tuskegee right now on a 4-game losing streak to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Last TU win against Fort Valley had to go all the way back to 2019. So missed on these half-court set for Fort Valley, and Pennington with it for Tuskegee down in the right corner. Tied up and taken away, and the basketball tapped out of bounds. And it'll stay with the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Good defensive effort there by Pendergrass to tap it away from Pennington in a half-court set, and they'll have the basketball. Marcus Scott back out on the floor now for Montez Robinson, the head coach for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. He's assisted by Spencer Wright and Starlin Brown. And, of course, the assistant coaching crew for the Golden Tigers, Jameer Cheek, he's in his first year. And Devin Booker also in his first year. We recognize Devin's name as a player for Fort Valley, or for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Last few years, all-conference player for the Golden Tigers. Inside, they work at the Singhor. Singhor on the glass, missed on the shot. The lefty couldn't get it to fall. Tuskegee clears the rebound. Half-court set now for TU. Walker out front. He'll work off of a screen. Tried to bounce it inside the Goins, and it's loose on the floor and out of bounds by Fort Valley. It'll stay with Tuskegee. Golden Tigers got a break that time in the half-court set. Walker was trying to bounce it inside the Noah, but the lane was closed. Seasbury with it in the corner, looking for his first field goal, and he's fouled in the corner there. Foul was by Jalen Jackson, the junior from Atlanta. He's picked up his second. It's team foul number 4 on Fort Valley. Non-shooting foul for the Golden Tigers is Julian Watson, the junior from Baton Rouge, out on the floor for Tuskegee. He'll inbound the basketball. So it's Watson, Walker, Goins, Seasbury, and Draper, the 5 out for Tuskegee now. And Julian said to inbound it. He'll push it out front to Noah. Left side, they go to Walker. Rodney trying to get it to Draper on an inside pass. And they throw the basketball away. So the turnover gives it back to Fort Valley. Scott comes back the other way for them. Up top, Singhor spins, pushes down in the corner. Free, it's Jackson with a three-pointer. And Jackson's good again from behind. That's his second three-pointer of the ball game. He's got 8 in this first half. And the Tuskegee lead now down 19-16 with 7:45 left in the first half. Goins pops out, works it left side with the pass to Walker. Walker trying to get it to Draper. Draper one-on-one against Singhor. Draper inside the paint, right-hand shot. Left that one short at the cylinder. Singhor clears the rebound for Fort Valley. Now Scott handles in the front court. So right side, they'll go. Euro step, back to Singhor in the paint. Spins under the defense. Got it to the right. And Singhor scores on the inside. That's his second field goal. That'll make it 19-18. Tuskegee still leads, but they're looking for a basket with 7:10 left in the first half. Then Silent last couple of trips down the floor. Draper handles way away from the basket. Goins fakes a 3. Now he'll put it on the floor. Right. Pushes back out to Seasbury. Kevin up top with 8 to shoot. Got it to Goins. Noah tried to go across the floor to Draper. Draper underneath to the rack. Got the lay-in and a foul. And Draper to the line for Tuskegee. Good patient look for Tuskegee. That trip down the floor. Noah had it with about 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Got it across the floor to Draper at the block. Draper scored. He's fouled. He'll be at the line. They call a foul on Rousset. That's his first. But when we come back after this timeout, Draper trying to add to a 21-18 lead for the Golden Tigers with a free throw. That's just ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable for my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
I'm Rolandus Rice, Chief Operating Officer and the Vice President for Student Affairs at Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Thank you, Dr. Rice, and GTS is live here on the campus of Fort Valley State University at the Hyper Arena. Right now at the timeout, Tuskegee with a 21-18 lead, and when we get set to resume play, Kasami Draper will be at the line shooting for Tuskegee after getting a layup down low. So Draper with a good first half of work. He's got 10 already, a chance to make it 11 here with the free throw. So it's Walker, Draper, Pennington, Seasbury, and Culpepper, the initial 5 for Coach Taylor, with 6:46 remaining in this first half. Draper missed on the free throw. Culpepper skies. He couldn't get the rebound. Singor going to lead a break here for the Wildcats. Dumped it down in the corner, and a whistle as the basketball's knocked out of bounds. It'll go back over to the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Draper with 10 points in this first half of play leads all scorers. Singhor with 4, Diallo with 4 for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Half court set for TU. Now Pennington pops up left side and threw it right over to Diallo and the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Turnover there by Tuskegee. That's their 6th in this first half of play. Out front now Diallo with the basketball. He'll work it on a weave, right side, lost his dribble, pushes back out front now to Scott, the grad student. 6:05 left first half of play. Tuskegee leads 21-18. Scott pushes back to Singo, a line drive by him. Missed on the shot, but the long rebound comes to Jalen Jack, and the Wildcats get another look. Jack across the paint and a whistle on his penetration. Jalen Jack, the senior from Beaufort, Georgia. There's a Jalen Jack on their roster and a Jalen Jackson. Jackson, the junior from Atlanta. So Jalen Jackson and Jalen Jack. Jacks of all trades for the Wildcats. The senior at the line got the first free throw for the Wildcats. That's his first point of the ball game. He'll make it 21-19. Tuskegee still leads. But Jack with another coming from the line free throw for Fort Valley, and he got that as well. Back out for Coach Robinson and Fort Valley is Kairos Doucette, sophomore. So Tuskegee leads by a point now with 5:53 left the first half of play. And Rodney Walker works it into the backcourt across the timeline, guarded by Marcus Scott. Walker, top of the key. Back across the floor, Seasbury. Line drive 3 for Seasbury. He's off the mark on the long three-point effort there. Rebound to Singor. And Fort Valley back the other way with a chance to claim the lead again. They led early in this ball game. On the floor with it is Diallo. Floater in the paint. That one was down, but he missed. Rebound by Singor. And Singor with a follow to give the basket to Fort Valley. And they claim a lead, 22-21. Singor with 6 in the first half of play. And Tuskegee now playing from behind. Pennington with the basketball. Looking for somebody on the inside. Goes to Seasbury, and a whistle as Culpepper trying to set a screen. He and Singor battling down at the left block, and they'll get Culpepper for the personal. So Chet with his first personal. And the basketball over to Fort Valley. Last meeting between these teams was here last year. Fort Valley won that one 80-72. The last 10 meetings, Fort Valley leads in the last 10 outings between these teams 6-4. So the Golden Tigers, a lot at stake here, trying to break a 4-game losing skid to the Wildcats. But the Wildcats out front with another 3-point shot there by Jalen Jackson. Jackson's got 3 3-point field goals for the Wildcats. He's got 11 in this first half. Walker and a half. That gives it up top to Goins, who pops out. Tuskegee trailing by 4 now. Draper to the rack, missed on the shot. They fight for the rebound and a whistle on the inside. Rebound came clear to Diallo on the inside for Fort Valley. They'll call a foul on Noah Goins on the inside. And Noah has picked up his second personal. And Tuskegee now already up to team ball number 8 here in this first half of play. Fort Valley with a 25-21 lead. And at the free throw line, Hussein Diallo, the sophomore from College Park, Georgia, to shoot. Diallo with 4 in the ball game. Now he's got 5 after he makes this first free throw. Tuskegee from the floor, 9 of 19 at 47%. Wildcats, 9 field goals for them out of 20 attempts. They are at 45%. And Diallo got them both from the line. He's got 6 in the first half, and the lead is 6 by the Wildcats, 27-21. Tuskegee with the basketball trailing. Rodney with the basketball with 4:16 left first half. Right side to Draper. Draper way away from the basket. Now Pennington handles just in front of the scorer's table on the other side of the floor. Goins with it in the corner, back to Pennington. 10 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Pennington slides right side, had it tapped once and it's loose on the floor and a whistle. They'll call the foul, and it looks like that's going to go against Pendergrass. So Pendergrass picks up his first foul. Tyler Pendergrass, the red shirt junior from Tucker, Georgia, picks up the foul. Media timeout here inside the Hyper Arena. Fort Valley finds itself trailing at the timeout, 27-21 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Take a break on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Golden Tiger fans, this is Jordan Benson, your Sports Information Director, and thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU.
The entire HBCU community joins in mourning the memory of Sammy Jackson, former coach here at Fort Valley State University, senselessly murdered in the Warner Robins Fort Valley area last week, and just speechless. And this entire community here in Fort Valley certainly speechless with having lost such a good quality man, good quality basketball man, and a great family man that will be sorely missed. We extend our condolences to the family of Sammy Jackson. Meanwhile, back on the floor, the Wildcats, after the timeout, able to get a basket on the inside with 3:46 remaining in this first half, trailing at 27-23 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Singor in a half-court set, pops out with the basketball, gives it back to Doucette. They're down to 12 to shoot. They slide it inside to Diallo. Diallo tripled inside by Tuskegee. It's loose on the floor, and we're going back the other way. Singor at the bottom of that pile And they're going to get him for a personal down low. So that's his first. It's team foul number 8 on the Wildcats. So Fort Valley the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee now will be at the free throw line to shoot. Seasbury was the one that was fouled in that melee. So Seasbury to shoot here for Tuskegee. And Kevin with 3:28 remaining in this first half, believe it or not, is scoreless for the Wildcats, looking for his first points of the ball game. First free throw, and he missed on the front end of the 1-and-1. So he had 33 in the ball game against Spring Hill, a season high, but still looking for his first points here at Fort Valley. Out front with the basketball, Doucette working it right side, guarded by Walker. Leans back with the jumper, missed on the shot. Basketball tapped to Pelham. Pelham out front for 3. He missed on that shot. Seasbury finally clears for Tuskegee. Outlet pass to Walker. Rodney right side in the paint, pushes back to Kevin. Kevin left side, got some space with the jumper. Front of the iron on that shot. The rebound cleared by Fort Valley. Doucette with it across the timeline. We're at 2:48 left, first half of play. Tuskegee trailing 27-23. Diallo at the block, banked it, but he left it short. Goins clears for Tuskegee. 2:37 remaining first half. Tuskegee would like to claim a lead going into the intermission. Trailing at 27-23 right now. Up Seasbury. Whistles, and we go back the other way. Foul called on Kasami Draper away from the basketball. And Kasami's picked up his first. And we're going back the other way, shooting for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Tyler Pendergrass departs the ball game for Coach Robinson in Fort Valley. Right now, he'll go with Doucette. Jalen Jackson back out on the floor. Pelham out there. Diallo and Marcus Scott. Scott handles up front. Now he'll work it left side. On the move is Jackson. He's doubled at the block. May have traveled, no call there. Tuskegee tripling him at the block, and a whistle on the inside. They'll call the foul on Noah Goins on the inside, so Noah's picked up his third. Wildcats got away with a travel inside before that call on Noah, but that will send Jalen Jackson back to the line. Jackson's already converted 3 3-point field goals for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. He's got 11 so far in his first half. Shooting a free throw here, good on the first half of that. He extends the Fort Valley lead to 28-23. Jackson for the second of 2. Missed on that one, and out on the floor, Dylan Cambridge runs down that errant shot for Tuskegee. 2:07 left first half of play. Penny stretches the floor across the timeline, gives it up to Rodney Walker. Now Walker over to Draper. Draper steps inside the three-point line, turns back out to Seasbury on the pass. Kevin, right side, back to the inside. Now got Scott a little bit shorter, but back to Draper. Draper with 7 now at the right side. Shot blocked at the block by Diallo. Seasbury fires out front. Seasbury missed on the shot. Cambridge gave chase, and the basketball belongs to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. The Golden Tigers running that shot clock almost all the way down that trip down the floor. Not able to get a field goal with 1:37 left. Fort Valley will have the basketball. They lead 28-23. Doucette comes across the timeline. Walker will meet him there. Right side is Jackson with the basketball. Jalen foul line extended with the jumper. Tried to bank it, but he missed. Rebound at the block. Tuskegee had it, and they lost it out of bounds. Diallo was on the inside for Fort Valley. They say the Golden Tigers touched it last as it went out of bounds, so Fort Valley will have it with a fresh 20 to shoot with 62 seconds left in the first half. They inbound it to Doucette. Doucette surveys near the free throw line. Now slides it to Diallo. Back to Doucette. In the corner, Scott for 3. That one looks short. It's an air ball. Rebound cleared by Seasbury and Tuskegee. Walker quickly across the timeline now. Slides all the way through at the block. Draper. Draper on Diallo to the glass. Got a foul and he got the lay-in left side. That's exactly what Tuskegee wanted. They got it into a half-court set. Draper went to work at the block, He got the lay-in left side, and he'll be at the line shooting. Foul was called down low on Musi, and Musi's picked up his second. So Draper at the line to shoot. He's got 12 in this first half for Fort Valley, or for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, with 56 seconds left. And Draper banks the free throw to give him 13, and Tuskegee cuts the lead to 28-26, less than a minute remaining. Half-court set for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Doucette with the basketball. He'll slide near the free throw line. Back with the jumper way out. That one's off the mark by Jackson. Rebound Pennington in the backcourt. Tuskegee can tie it with a field goal this trip down the floor. Walker to Draper down in the left corner. Draper on the move to the rack. Whistles there on Kasami's penetration on the inside. Shot fell off, but Draper back to the line for TU to shoot. Chance to tie it at 28 with 31 seconds left in the first half. A lot of the offense for Tuskegee has gone through the SIAC Player of the Week, Kasami Draper. He's got 13 already. A couple of free throws in front of him here. Got the first free throw to fall for the Golden Tigers. Tuskegee as a team shooting only 59% from the free throw line. Near the bottom of the conference in that category. Draper 1 of 2 that trip down at the free throw line, and that errant shot is cleared by Jack. And a timeout taken by Coach Robinson and the Wildcats with 26 seconds left. They lead it 28-27. And we'll stay here on this timeout, Eric, and see what they want to do here. Sure, Coach Robinson wants to run as much time as he can. Clocks are almost in sequence here between the game clock at 26.9 and 26 seconds left on the shot clock. So they'll likely be trying to play this down for the final shot of this first half and not give Tuskegee a chance to respond with a basket and take a lead. As we take a look at our Heat here in this first half of play. Quick explanation. The Heat shots with the solid circles with a number inside represent field goals that were made on the floor. And these numbers on the floor that are not colored, you just see it in a square, those are shots that were taken on the floor. So you can see a wide disbursement. Tuskegee on the left of your screen. Most of their shots coming on the inside to Kasami Draper. Draper with 13 in this first half so far. And you see for the Wildcats of Fort Valley, they're pretty much around the perimeter with the shots that they have made in this first half of play. Tuskegee with 26.9 seconds left on defense, which is their calling card. Trying to see if they can't get a stop here and get that basketball back with a chance to pick a lead at the break. But it's Doucette out front for the Wildcats, and they're going to play this down for a final shot here in this first half of play. Tuskegee's dropped into a zone defense, 16 to shoot now. Up top, Pelham pops out. 12 left first half. Pelham with a jumper out front, missed on the shot. Walker got the rebound. 7 seconds left for Tuskegee. Up the floor they go to Draper. Draper hard at the block underneath. Draper turns, try the reverse lay-in, and a whistle down low. And a jump ball call out of all things. On a jump ball call, the basketball will belong to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Down at the block, Draper kind of converged on by a few Wildcats. Thought there may have been a foul call down there, but none called with 0.3 of a second left. Wildcats can get one off with that amount of time, but it will have to come the distance of the court. So likely at the intermission, it'll be the Wildcats of Fort Valley. They'll go in with a 28-27 lead as we come to the first 20 minutes here inside the Hyper Arena as we take a look at some of the numbers from the first 20 minutes of play. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, 63% shooting from the floor, or from the free throw line at 5 of 8 from the floor, 44% shooting, 11 of 25 shooting. And Tuskegee at this point with no vibes restaurant 3-point field goal baskets in the first 20 minutes of play. The Cats of Fort Valley, they were 9 of 26 shooting from the floor at 35%, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. They had 2 3-point baskets in the first 20 minutes of play. Tuskegee with a slight rebounding edge in the 20 minutes. Assists 2 for Tuskegee, 5 for the Wildcats. Turnovers 9 for TU, 5 for Fort Valley. and only one Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break lay-in for Tuskegee. 5 points on fast break lay-ins for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. That's the way things shaped up team-wise in that first 20 minutes of play. Let's take a look at some of the individual performances in the first 20 minutes. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, notably Kevin Seasbury, who had 33 in the win against Spring Hill on Saturday. Scoreless in the first 20 minutes of play for Tuskegee. They have got to change that dynamic in the second half of play. Kevin Kasami Draper with 14 points in the first half. Noah Goins, good start for Noah. He had 7 in that first half. Pennington with 4 for Tuskegee in the first 20 minutes of play. For the Wildcats of Fort Valley, had some scoring there. They got 6 from Singhor, 6 from Diallo, but they were led in scoring by Jalen Jackson. And Jalen Jackson with the 3 3-point field goals. He finished with 12 in the first half. And Jalen Jack, 4 points in the first half for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. So at the break, Fort Valley leads at 28-27 over the Tigers of Tuskegee. We'll take a time out here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino Montgomery, elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Gerald Long, General Manager of the Utilities Board of Tuskegee, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
Hi, I'm Lily Lanier, the class of 1971, Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not going to be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity. But the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts. And that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. Hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, to make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just got to give them a chance.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
And we are back live inside the HPE Arena at the campus of Fort Valley State University. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trailing the Wildcats of Fort Valley 28-27. Good first 20 minutes of basketball. Take a look now at our standings again in the men's bracket division of the SIAC. We'll go to the East Division first. Golden Rams of Albany State leading the East. Edward Waters, Clark Atlanta 2 and 3 following the Golden Rams in Morehouse, Fort Valley, Savannah State, Benedict, and Allen. Showing you these because now as we get into the month of February, closer to the SIAC tournament, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee and the rest of the group on the west, Tuskegee trailing Miles College on the west, Central State, Kentucky State, Spring Hill, Lemoyne, then Lane College. Reminder that in the SIAC as it relates to tournament play, the number one seed of each division gets a bye, except for, well, that'll be a bye as well. It's just as you look at the East Division of the SIAC, a little odd number of teams there. The team that finishes 8th in the East will not be a part of the play-in round. And then that number one seed obviously will have a bye there. But when you look at the West, it's the number one seed that will get the bye right now to be the Golden Bears of Miles College. Tuskegee will have to play in first round play, but they will be hosting if they finish in the top 4 in the West at home. And right now Tuskegee at number 2, so they will be hosting at Chappie James in the first round of the SIAC tournament. And that'll take place for the women and men, that the number one seed gets byes, and then the 1, 2, 3, and 4 host first round at their home venue, the way things are set up in the SIAC for this year. You take a look at the women, it's on the for standings in the conference. On the Western Division side, it's Miles and Tuskegee. And ironically enough, those teams, as you saw the men with Miles and Tuskegee 1 and 2, the women 1 and 2 on the women's side. And both will be playing Saturday at Chappie James on the campus of Tuskegee University with number 1 and number 2. So if you have any kind of basketball plans in your future, Saturday will be the day to exact them at Tuskegee University. We're a good day of basketball with the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee hosting the Golden Bears of Miles College. Action play out the term. You take a look at the setup for what's left in terms of this is Saturday play or coming up for Tuskegee. It's Miles on Saturday, Lane, and then Morehouse. This is on the men's side, Central State, and then Spring Hill That's what's left on the Tuskegee schedule for the rest of the season, starting on Saturday against the Golden Bears of Miles College. Set to begin second half action. Join us on GTSN. Charles Ward here with the play-by-play story. Golden Tigers got to come from behind to win this one. They trail at 28-27. Tuskegee with the basketball to start the second half. Seasbury with a running jumper inside the paint. Not able to convert on that. Tuskegee going right to left in the final 20 minutes. Wildcats going left to right on your listening device. They have it in a half-court set now. Out front, it's Diallo with the basketball. He had 6 in the first half. Running bank shot by Diallo right side. And he gets the first field goal of the second half play. Half-court set now for Tuskegee. Rolling on the right side is Walker. Rodney lost his dribble. Bounce pass inside to Draper. Draper at the block. Got the floater good, right corner. So Draper with his first field goal of the second half. He's got 16 in the ball game. 30-29, Fort Valley leads. We're at 18:59 remaining in the ball game. Fort Valley with the basketball. Right side, Singor with it. Pushes it to Scott down in the corner. Now up top, Diallo on the move left side. Lost it inside the paint. And a foul called on the inside. You're going to call that foul on the inside on Rodney Walker. So Rodney's picked up his first. That's team foul number 1 for Tuskegee in this second half of play. Jalen Jack, the senior, he will inbound it for Fort Valley. Right of their cylinder, they lead 30-29. Pennington, Walker, Draper, Goins, and Seasbury, the 5 for Coach Taylor to start the second half. And cleaning up some sweat and perspiration out on the floor as Jack gets set to inbound for Fort Valley. Looking to the inside, goes in the corner to Singor instead. They push it back out front now to Doucette. Kyra works it out front, guarded by Rodney Walker. Right side, or Singor left side with the basketball. Then traffic, lost it, regains, and a whistle down at the cylinder. Foul called on Pennington down low for Tuskegee. And Pennington's picked up his second personal. Team foul number 2 on Fort Valley early here in the second half. 18:33 remains in the ball game. Tuskegee trailing 30-29 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Singor, the lefty, fires the first free throw, and he got that to fall. He's got 7 in the ball game. Singor leads his team from the floor with 12.6 points per ball game. Missed on the second free throw. Rebound cleared by Draper, and Tuskegee back the other way. Pennington with a head fake inside the paint. Jumper by D.A. is good. Nice work by Pennington on the inside. He's got 6. And Tuskegee ties it at 31 with 18 minutes, 17 seconds left in the ball game. Out front, Doucette with the basketball for Fort Valley. Tuskegee has not led in this ball game until the early minutes of the contest. Whistles in a half-court set now. Basketball tapped out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Valley. Tuskegee last lead was 5:21 in the first half. Half-court set. Scott now with it for Fort Valley. Back up top to Doucette. On a weave, they try to work it left side. Doucette in the corner. Scott, long-range three-pointer, and he knocks it down for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Scott with his first field goal. That's a three-pointer to give them a 34-31 lead. Walker with it out front for Tuskegee now. Half-court set. Pennington, he's free. Now on the move past Singor. Pushes back out front to Walker. Draper trying to get it left side. Instead, he comes out the screen for Rodney. Bounce past Draper. Draper floater at the free throw line, just inside the free throw line. And Draper got that to fall. He's got 4 in the second half. $18 overall for Draper in the basketball game. Half-court set for Fort Valley now. Diaz with it. Foul line extended. Jumper by him. The rimmer's off the mark. Rebound cleared by Goins at the block for Tuskegee. Pass Rodney. Rodney left side Pennington. D.A. for 3. Floater back of the iron by D.A. But the rebound by Seasbury. Kevin at the block, and he'll be fouled. He'll head to the free throw line for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Good job there by Seasbury on the backside rebound, and he'll be shooting. Seasbury had 2 points in the first half and looking to add to that as Tuskegee trails 34-33. And Seasbury rattles the first free throw good to tie it at 34. Seasbury with that lone basket in that first 20 minutes of play. We had him registered as no points, but he did have 2, and he missed on the second free throw here. He's got 3 in the ball game. He ties it at 34 each. Right side with the basketball is Jack all the way to the left, and he banked it home. Tuskegee gave up on Jack as he slid across the paint, and Jack gets the field goal left side to make it 36-34. Tuskegee trails by 2 with 16:37 remaining. Pennington works it out front now, guarded by Doucette. Right side, Draper, way away from the basket. Now he slides in, fires the 3. Draper missed on the shot. Rebound Singor in Fort Valley. Scott with it, left side across the timeline. He'll work the baseline. Now lost this dribble, pushes back out front now to Jalen Jack. He'll work top of the key, going at guarded by Goins. Walker almost took it away. Now they work it to Doucette. Down at the block, Yellow across the floor, Singor. Singor challenged inside. Basketball knocked out of bounds. Good convergence at the block there by Goins and Seasbury for Tuskegee. 16:03 remains in this basketball game. Fort Valley leads 36-34. They'll have it right of their cylinder with Jalen Jack to inbound it. Half court, Scott in the corner, missed on the shot, and a whistle after the shot by Scott. Well after the whistle. And I think they're going to call Draper with a foul on Scott. Well after Scott missed on the 3-point shot, and Draper picks up his second personal. 15:56 remains in this basketball game. Tuskegee trailing the Wildcats of Fort Valley 36-34. We'll take a timeout here.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the...
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Start of second half action here for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. 14-31 shooting from the floor at 45%. For the Wildcats of Fort Valley, they are 12-31 shooting from the floor at 39%. Tuskegee still looking for his first 3-point basket of the ball game. No Bob Dressler on 3-point shots for Tuskegee at this point. Meanwhile, 4 3-pointers for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. What a one coming from Marcus Scott just a couple minutes ago, and 3 from Jalen Jackson in first half play for Fort Valley. They lead it 36-34. Scott at the line for Fort Valley to shoot. Missed on the first free throw. And he'll have more coming. Scott good on the side. Actually, he's got 2 more coming because he was shooting a 3-point attempt from behind the arc when he was fouled. Got the second of 3. Make it 37-34, and he got the third to make it 38-34 now. Walker with it in the backcourt for TU, guarded by Marcus Scott. Still waiting for Tuskegee to kind of break out offensively. Draper with it, half-court set to Noah. Noah lost this dribble, pushes back outside to Pennington, 13 to shoot for Tuskegee. Pennington circles top of the key. Jumper by Pennington, and he's good on the inside. Good work by D.A. Finds some space on the inside and got that jumper. So Pennington now with 8 in the ball game. Tuskegee leading 38-36. Out front now is Jack for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Seasbury jumps up on him defensively. Scott now right side to Diallo. Draper got that defensive assignment. Doubled at the block. Diallo had it taken away. Rodney took it away for Tuskegee. 3-on-2, right side Pennington. Across the floor, trying to get it to Seasbury, and shot it too deep for a turnover. Tuskegee with numbers that trip down the floor, just not able to convert with 15:06 left in the ball game, still trailing by 2, 38-36. Good defensive work by Walker to take that basketball away in that half-court set for Fort Valley. Transition, just not able to get the basket. Doucette now half-court set for the Wildcats. Up top, Singor on the move, spins, pushes back in the corner to Scott. Pennington guarding him. Scott pushes back up top. They go across the floor to Doucette. Now 10 to shoot for Fort Valley. Down in the corner, long-range jumper. That one on the back of the iron. Rebound, and over the back is Singor as Goins had the good position for Tuskegee down at the block. So Singor's picked up his second personal. And correction on that, Singor's third personal. That'll send him to the bench. And Coach Robinson got to respond now. He'll send out Jalen Jackson, the junior. So Rodney with it across the timeline now. Chance for Tuskegee to tie it at 38 with a field goal here. Draper up top now to Noah. Across the floor he goes to Rod. On the turn, Pennington with the basketball. Now Seasbury off of a turn. Seasbury leans back, jumper, foul line down, and came out for him. Tough break, basketball over to Fort Valley. Kevin just cannot get it going so far here inside the Hyper Arena. Half-court set now for Fort Valley as Jackson springs out. Down in the left corner, leans back with a jumper, and he knocked it down. At 12 in the first 20 minutes, gets his first field goal here. He's got 14 in the ball game. Fort Valley with a 40-36 lead. Walker, half-court set for TU. Trying to get off of a double screen to Pennington. Can't do that, though. Now they'll give it back to Seasbury. 13:54 left in the ball game. Kevin trying to work off of a screen by Draper. Slides right side. Seasbury all the way to the rack. Banked it home. And Seasbury just muscles his way into a field goal for Tuskegee to make it 40-38. Kevin with 3 in the ball game. Trying to see if they can't get him going. Tuskegee trails by 2, 40-38. Half-court set. Jack with the basketball. Whistles, and he's going to be blocked and fouled by Draper down at the baseline. So Draper, that'll be his third personal. And I'm sure Coach Taylor's going to have to counter here now and pull Draper out of the basketball game. He will. Culpepper set to come in. Tuskegee loses some height there with Draper. Second team all-conference headed to the bench as Culpepper comes on the floor. Amir Boyce out on the floor as Noah Goins takes a seat as well. Out front, Wildcats inbound the basketball. Doucette just in front of our broadcast table. Works it middle of the floor now. 13-13 left in the ball game. Tuskegee trails by a field goal. Doucette pushes Pelham for 3. Back of the iron. Rebound to Seasbury for Tuskegee. Outlet pass Walker. Rodney left side Pennington. DA behind the arc. 3-pointer. Missed on the shot. Rebound Culpepper. Fresh 20 for Tuskegee. And whistles as Tuskegee got the rebound. Far side of the floor, one of the officials there talking to Coach Taylor. And Coach Taylor now talking to the players on the bench, getting them to calm down a little bit. The officials may have heard a little bit too much coming from the Tuskegee bench there. And he wisely just told Coach Taylor. Then Coach Taylor conveyed the message to the team. That's a way that the officials can calmly avoid getting a warning to the sideline just by taking it through the coach instead. Walker now, right side Seasbury behind the arc. Kevin all the way to the glass. Got the flush for Tuskegee. Kevin all the way to the rack with an inside play, and Alabama power points in the paint on the flush by Seasbury. He's got 5 in the ball game. Tuskegee ties it at 40. Good move there by Seasbury on the flush. Out front now, Jackson trying to answer. Jumper, and he does. 2-pointer by Jalen Jackson, and he can just do no wrong here inside the Hyper Arena. He's got 16. Their lead back up to 2, 42-40. 12:09 left. Boyce at the block now. Boyce, right side to the glass, banked it, missed on the shot. Long rebound comes clear to Fort Valley. Doucette with the quick push left side. Diallo at the block. And it's out of bounds off of Boyce. It'll stay with Fort Valley. Tyler Pendergrass set to come out on the floor now for the Wildcats. I believe he'll do that after this timeout. Indeed, he will. 11:56 left in the basketball game. Wildcats of Fort Valley with a 42-40 lead over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Media time out here inside Hyper Arena. We'll step out for a break on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hello, this is Lana Bartley, the winningest women's basketball coach in HBCU history, and this is the Golden Tigers Sport Network.
Back live here at the Hyper Arena at Fort Valley State University. Tuskegee trailing the Wildcats of Fort Valley 42-40. Take a look at some of the numbers with 11:56 remaining in this basketball game. Tuskegee, 17 of 37 shooting from the floor at 46%. Let's get us a little bit of reverb here. And they are 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Wildcats of Fort Valley, 14 of 35 shooting from the floor and 10 of 15 shooting from the free throw line. Quick reminder now, the ball game on Saturday at Chappie James, that's slated to start at 1 and 3, but that time has been moved up because that's an HBCU Go ball game, and then the women will start at 12, and the men will follow on HBCU Go. And, of course, we'll be there at GTN with the audio coverage. So if you're inclined, turn down the volume on HBCU Go and get our coverage on GTSN as Tuskegee will host the Golden Bears of Miles College. Take away in a half-court set. Here comes Seasbury again. Seasbury with another flush there for Tuskegee on a run out there on a Wind Creek Casino fast break lay-in. Also an Alabama power points in the paint for Seasbury on a steal and a flush on the other end. So Steve Seasbury starting to come alive now. He's got 7, and Tuskegee has tied the ball game at 42. Half-court set, and the Wildcats throw it away again. Goins with it for Tuskegee. Tuskegee with a chance to claim a lead. Seasbury left side, up top, almost threw it away. Now left side, Seasbury for 3. Back of the iron. Goins tapped it. Chasing it as Christopher Whitmore is on the floor. Chris can't run it down. It'll go over to Fort Valley. Golden chance there for Tuskegee in that half-court set. 11:09 remains. We're tied at 42. Back-to-back takeaway for Tuskegee. Seasbury finished the first on a run out on a flush. And then the second time through, they had some numbers, just not able to convert on that transition basket. So with 11:09 left, we're tied at 42. Wildcats of Fort Valley with the basketball. Marcus Scott back out on the floor now. He'll handle left side for Fort Valley. Up top he goes on the pass now to Jackson. Jackson doubled out front, almost taken away. Now down at the block, Diallo pushes back out across the floor now. 3-point shot. That one's off the mark. Rebound comes away Walker and Tuskegee. Rodney across the timeline now with a quick step. Across the floor, Seasbury. Kevin on the move at the rack. Underneath, Seasbury with another lay-in for Tuskegee. Good transition basket by for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, and they lead it now 44-42 after the basket on the inside on transition. Half-court set now for Fort Valley. They work it back the other way. Diallo left side, pulling his way toward the rack, and he got a bank shot left side. So now with 10 in the ball game, he ties it at 44. 10-12 left in the ball game. Tuskegee starting to amp things up a little bit on the offensive end of the floor. Walker works it up top, Seasbury. Kevin right side on the move. Head fake to the rack and a whistle down low. He's fouled. Kevin line for Tuskegee to shoot. So Tuskegee starting to run that basketball through Kevin C., the team's leading scorer. 16.5 points per ball game, had 33 against Spring Hill in their last outing, a season high for him. Finally, Kevin starting to come alive here in the second half of play. He's got 10, 11 in the ball game for Tuskegee. Now 12 with that first free throw that he makes this trip at the line. Tuskegee up by a point, 45-44. Seasbury, one more coming, and Kevin got them both from the line. And we got a lane violation, it looks like, against Fort Valley. So that second free throw won't count, and the basketball over to the Wildcats of Fort Valley with 10:01 left in the ball game. Scott with it for the Wildcats. He'll come across the timeline. Rodney Walker will meet him there. Up top with the pass to Jalen Jackson. Jackson's just been on fire from outside. He'll fire another one. Jalen Jackson with another field goal from outside. He's got 16 in the ball game. Fort Valley takes the lead. Walker, jumper, tried to bank it, missed on the shot. Basket wrapped around, comes away to Marcus Scott and the Wildcats. They lead 47-45. We're down to 9:20 left in the ball game. Scott just in front of the Fort Valley bench now. Cross dribble by him, all the way at the block, in too deep, and a travel violation sends it back over to Tuskegee. So the Golden Tigers will have the basketball. And that's turnover number 9 for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Walker with it in the backcourt for Tuskegee now. Tuskegee trails 47-45. Left side, Draper back out on the floor playing with the three personals. Goins back out. He handles up top. At the block, they go to Draper. Draper one-on-one on Diallo. Lost the basketball momentarily. Now pushes and whistles, and he's bumped on the inside by Diallo. So Diallo picks up that personal. And that'll be his third for Fort Valley. Non-shooting foul for Tuskegee. Whitmore quickly for three. Whitmore on the front of the iron. Missed in the corner for Tuskegee. That's his shot on the floor. Just couldn't find the range there. Fort Valley back the other way. Jalen Jackson with it out, but he lost it. Whitmore up the floor for Tuskegee. Left side, Walker. Walker penetrates inside. Tried to give it up and lost it on the inside. And back the other way is Diallo. I'm just trying to tell you right here inside the arena. They had the run out and they got a flush. They lead at 49-45, and Coach Taylor takes a timeout with 8:28 remaining in the basketball game. Golden Tigers had an opportunity on transition. They could not convert. That left the run out back on the other end, and the Wildcats do. Take a break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
The Partisans here at Hyper Arena on the campus of Fort Valley State University, enjoying the last couple of runs down the floor for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. They finished the last run before the timeout by Coach Taylor, and Tuskegee with a flush on the other end by Diallo. And they take a 49-45 lead with 8:28 remaining in the basketball game. First meeting of these teams this season. Likely because one plays out of the east and one out of the west. Don't think we have Fort Valley on the schedule anymore for Tuskegee. Took a look at the rundown of Tuskegee's remaining schedule early on Fort Valley. It's just this one meeting with them this year. So after the timeout, Draper to inbound it in the backcourt for Tuskegee. Tuskegee trying to steal this momentum from the crowd here as Walker handles across the timeline. Tuskegee trails by 4. Goins pops out for the basketball up top, gives it over to Draper. Kasami on the turn, Seasbury. Kevin with it, foul line extended. Jumper right side floater, good by Seasbury. Kevin, yeah, he is coming alive now. He's got 14 in the ball game for Tuskegee. Half court set now for Fort Valley. They lead 49-47. Jackson again. I don't know if he can believe it himself. He is just on fire. Not real sure if he's missed anything from the floor in this ball game. Another big basket there by Jackson for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. He is 7 of 12 shooting from the floor for them. Whistles at Seasbury, penetrates right side, and Kevin's foul. Jackson just on fire. He's got 19, 8 of 13 shooting, 62% shooting from the floor. And he has been a spark for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. 7:28 remaining in the game. I believe this is the media timeout here, Eric, so we'll take it with Fort Valley leading at 52-47.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable for my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
Back live here inside the Hyper Arena. Tuskegee trailing at 52-47. As you take a look at Tuskegee's next 5 ball games on the schedule. Note that ball game, the first one against Miles, showing 4 o'clock, but that ball game's been moved up inside Chappie James on Saturday. I believe that's going to go more around 2:30 after the women play at noon on Saturday. Then Lane, Morehouse, Central State, and Spring Hill. The remaining 5, not the remaining 5, but the next 5 for Tuskegee. Seasbury over to Walker. 10 to shoot for Tuskegee. Half court set now. Draper comes out to set a screen. Back to Draper. Draper inside to the rack. Banked it. Missed on his shot. Followed with the tip. Missed it there. And the rebound controlled by the Wildcats of Fort Valley. We go down to 7:02 left in the ball game. Story for the Wildcats has been Jalen Jackson. He has just been a terror with 2 points. Jumper in the corner, and that was knocked down by Singor for the Wildcats. Singor hits in the corner. He's got 9 in the ball game for Fort Valley. Their lead now 55-47. 6:34 left. Walker behind the back on the weave up top. Seasbury. Right side, Kevin. Free throw, jumper, good, and a whistle. Seasbury starting to turn things on now for Tuskegee. Basket by Seasbury, turning at the free throw line to get that shot. So Seasbury will be at the line shooting. He's got 16 in the ball game now. Chance to make it 17 and to cut into that deficit with 6:26 remaining. Fort Valley with a 55-49 lead as Seasbury missed. Cambridge got a rebound, and Dillon got to put back inside for Tuskegee. So Dillon off of the bench, making his presence known right away. Got a rebound and got a lay in. Make it 55-51 now. Singor trapped. Seasbury comes away with it. He'll be fouled by Singor. I believe that's going to be 4 on Singor if that holds true in terms of the fouls. So Tuskegee back the other way now. Singor with that personal for Fort Valley. That'll send Seasbury to the line to shoot. Got the first 4 to the Golden Tigers. Singor now with 4 personal. Seasbury got the first free throw. Kevin with just 2 points to start the second half for Tuskegee. He's got 16 in the second frame. Now 17 as he got both free throws, and Tuskegee has cut it to a 55-53 deficit now with 6:09 remaining. Scott with it in the backcourt across the timeline of Doucette. He'll come across the timeline. Tuskegee trails by a field goal. Top of the key, Diallo pushes it to Scott. Tuskegee in that zone defense. Out front, Doucette. Now to Scott, out long range 3-point shot. And Marcus Scott knocks down a 3-pointer from way outside. That's his second 3-pointer of the ball game. It'll make it 58-53. 5:36 left now. Left side, Draper with it. Out top to Cambridge. Right side, Walker trying to get it to Sami at the block. Instead, Draper takes it behind the 3-point arc. Now he'll penetrate inside the paint. Whistles, and they'll get him to the push-off inside the paint. Draper trying to create some space on the inside, and Kasami's picked up his fourth on that play inside. 5:21 left now. Tuskegee not going to try to get Draper off the floor. They're just going to let him play. Tuskegee trailing at 58. Now they will get him out. Goins comes back out on the floor. Draper picks up his fourth. So Coach Taylor trying to save Draper to the very, very end. Last couple of minutes of this ball game. Tuskegee won in overtime on Saturday against Spring Hill. Diallo, half-court set for Fort Valley. They lead it 58-53. We're down to 5:10 left in the ball game. Up on the turn is Jalen Jack. Now they'll work it right side. Doucette, 12 to shoot. Now out front, Jalen Jackson with it. The man that Tuskegee least wants to have this basketball in his hands. Doucette slides the paint, lost the basketball, and a whistle on the inside. Doucette got bailed out on the inside, and they'll get a fresh 20 as Trey Crawford gets set to come in now for Tuskegee. He'll replace Dylan Cambridge in the lineup. Crawford, grad student from Highland Ranch, Colorado, on the floor. Fort Valley out front to Doucette with the basketball. We're under 5 minutes remaining. Scott with it out front. Now Doucette left side behind the 3-point arc. He'll penetrate with 10. Leans back with the shot and another whistle there. Doucette got bailed out on a bumping charge. They called it on Rodney Walker, so Rodney picks up his second personal. Dubious contact at best on a shot there with Doucette leaning back away from the cylinder. But he got the call. He'll be at the line shooting, and he got the first free throw for the Wildcats. Doucette, that's his first point of the ball game for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Might recognize that last name, his brother, all-conference player for Fort Valley a few years back. Walker with it in the backcourt, almost lost it. Doucette got them both from the line, make it 60-53. Tuskegee trailing by 7 now. Walker, half-court set, works it right side. 4:30 left, up top Crawford. Trey with the jump. Got it for Tuskegee. That is difficult to do. Trey Crawford coming right off of the bench onto the floor, fires and knocked it down. So Crawford with a field goal there makes it 60-55. 4:13 remaining in the ball game. Jack with it right side, leaning jumper, missed on the shot. Rebound, Goins had it, or Seasbury did, got it over to Pennington. DA across the timeline now. May have been foul there. Seasbury for three. Seasbury from the iron. Pennington got a rebound. He'll step behind the arc and push back out front to Seasbury. We go down to 3:50 left in this ball game. Seasbury leads back with the jumper, and Kevin's true again for Tuskegee. Seasbury now with an even 20 after only scoring 2 in the first 20 minutes of play. 60-57. Tuskegee trails now. We're down to 3:30 left in regulation. Doucette, hard push at the free throw line. Now backs up, gives it to Scott. They work it down at the block. Jackson with the basketball. Inside, doubled. Pushes toward the rack, missed on the shot. Got a rebound. Now it's tied up. And he got it to the cylinder. Jump ball going to be called. And now we're going back the other way. And a foul going to be called. Can you believe that? Down low, they call the foul on Rodney Walker against Tuskegee. Wow, what a call with 3:17 left. There was a tie-up on the inside. Jalen Jackson was trying to get a layup in left side. Tuskegee tripled him there. And everything looked awfully clean there with the tie-up with Rodney on the basketball with Jackson. But the foul was called, and Jackson will be at the line for Fort Valley to shoot. That could be the most costly call of this ball game for Tuskegee with 3:17 remaining. A trail 60-57 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Golden Tigers up Tuskegee from the floor at 24 of 49 shooting at 49%. And the Golden Tigers 20 of 45 from the floor. They are 44% shooting. Tuskegee's trailing this ball game. One of the reasons that they're trailing is because of the Wildcats in their performance from behind the arc. They are 8 of 20 shooting from three-point range, and Tuskegee has not hit a three-point field goal in this ball game. 0 of 10 for Tuskegee from behind the arc. By contrast, Tuskegee 5 of 16 in the overtime win against the Badgers of Spring Hill. See if this will be a late charge. Tuskegee from behind the arc. 3:17 remains. They trail it 60-57 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. And Jalen Jackson, the junior from Atlanta, at the line to shoot for the Wildcats of Fort Valley with 3:17 left. Jackson with 22 in the ball game. Missed on the first of a 1-and-1. Rebound. Trey had it, but he lost it over to Singor. So Fort Valley gets another look after Tuskegee could not handle the rebound under the block. 3:05 left in the ball game. Scott with the basketball. Game as Diallo passes left side over to Doucette. Doucette fires a three-pointer, and he knocks down a triple from behind the arc. This is their ninth three-pointer of the ball game. 63-57. Fort Valley with the lead. We're at 2:45 remaining. Seasbury right side. Kevin spins inside. Reverse shot. Blocked and out of bounds. They'll stay with the Golden Tigers on their end of the floor. We're at 2:39 remaining. And Tuskegee will have it. Oh, a foul called inside instead against the Wildcats of Fort Valley. They called a foul on the inside against Diallo, and Diallo's picked up his fourth, and that'll send Seasbury to the line for the Golden Tigers. So Tuskegee get a benefit there. Seasbury with the first free throw, he knocks that down. Kevin with one more coming. He's got 21 so far in the ball game. 2:39 left as D.A. Pennington peers up at the scoreboard here inside Hyper Arena. Knows his team has got to get it going here. They trail 63-58. Kevin with one more free throw for Tuskegee. And he got that for the Golden Tigers. Make it 63-59 now. 2:36 left. Tuskegee in full court pressure. Across the timeline, Jackson. He's doubled immediately. Seasbury took it away from Scott. Seasbury side all the way to the rack, missed, and a whistle there. Follow up by Pennington on the lay-in. Seasbury fouled on the inside. Following that play for the Wildcats was Kyrus Doucette, and Doucette commits the personal for Fort Valley. So that'll send Seasbury back to the free throw line with 2:25 remaining. Kevin for the first, got it to fall for Tuskegee. Made his last two from the free throw line. One more coming here. The deficit now at 3, 63-60. Kevin for the second. Same result from the team's leading free throw shooter. He'll make it 63-61 now. Back out on the floor for Coach Robinson and the Wildcats. Doucette back out. Diallo, correction, he's back out on the floor. Full court pressure by the Golden Tigers across the floor now. Jackson with the basketball. Pennington hurrying to catch up with him. Jackson doubled out front now, and D commits the foul out front. So Pennington picks up his third, and that'll send Jalen Jackson to the free throw line for the Wildcats to shoot. Jackson's been a terror from the floor, 22 points, 8 of 15 shooting, but 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Shooting a 1-and-1 here, and he got the front end of the 1-and-1 with that first free throw. He had 12 at the break, 9 in the second half far. Now 10 as he hits the second. That'll make it 65-61 now. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the ball game. Tuskegee's played in 3 overtime ball games this season. Fort Valley, none. Pennington across the timeline. Lead behind now for Rodney. Rodney works the right side. DA trying to free himself up top with the basketball. Over to Seasbury left side at the block. Draper. Draper, floating hook shot. Draper's good on the inside for TU. Draper now working it on the inside. He's got an even 20. 65-63. Tuskegee trails by 2. Half-court set now for Fort Valley with 1:43 left in regulation. Doucette with it out front. Gives it over to Jackson. Jackson, left side, pushes back to Doucette. 8 to shoot now for the Wildcats. Singor at the block, leans in, missed on the shot. Basketball over to Draper, now to Pennington. Outlet Walker. Seasbury right side. Kevin at the block. Draper for the flyby. Got it to fall. No, it didn't fall for him. He had it right at the cylinder. It danced around. Thought it was going to fall. Good for him. Draper at the line instead. That is a cylinder that favors the home team because that basketball should have fallen straight in for Draper. But it did not. Instead, Draper at the line to shoot with 1:18 left. And Draper with a chance to tie the ball game up at 65 with 78 seconds left. Draper, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Cox Ames fires, missed on the first. He'll have one more coming. Pennington, Seasbury, Goins, Draper, and Walker, the 5 on the floor for Tuskegee. Draper for the second, missed on that one, and the rebound comes clear to the Wildcats of Fort Valley with 1:15 left. They lead by 2, 65-63. Doucette with it out front. If ever Tuskegee needed a defensive stop, it's this trip down the floor for the Wildcats. Jackson with it, guarded by Seasbury. Leans back, line drive, 3-pointer, missed on it. Rebound, over the top goes Singor. Basketball back to Tuskegee now. 55 seconds left and a timeout on the floor. Tuskegee trailing at 65-63. We'll gather our breaths here for a second on GTSN with a timeout.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Golden Tiger fans, this is Jordan Benson, your Sports Information Director, and thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU!
Thank you, Jordan. One of the best sports information directors in the country. 55 seconds left here inside the Hyper Arena. Golden Tigers trailing at 65-63 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Timeout on the floor. Tuskegee will have the basketball after a defensive stop. Pennington. Seasbury, Walker, Goins, and Draper. 5 on the floor. Seasbury will inbound it in the backcourt. Full court pressure by Fort Valley. Walker handles. Scott guarding him defensively. 51 seconds left. Rodney across the timeline now. He'll slide right side. Up top to Seasbury. Kevin with it. 16 to shoot. Kevin right side spins to his left. Jumper. Seasbury. Oh, yeah, he is absolutely true inside the paint. Boy, what an answer by Seasbury. Ties it at 65 with 32 seconds left. Wildcats with it in the backcourt. Scott doubled, pushes across the timeline now to Doucette. 24 seconds remains. 18 on the shot clock for Fort Valley. Singor with it out front. Tuskegee needs a stop here. Across the floor. 9 to shoot. Doucette. Bounce pass in traffic. It's loose on the floor. Tuskegee tying it up. Jump ball called. And the arrow will keep it with the Wildcats of Fort Valley. 8.9 seconds left. Teams tied at 65. The arrow will keep it with the Wildcats, I believe, but don't believe there was a foul call down there. I think it was called a jump ball. The officials gathering on that end of the floor. Tuskegee tied at 65 with the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Officiating crew gathered on the Wildcat end near the free throw line. And Tuskegee has battled back here with 8.9 seconds left to tie the ball game. They put 4 shots on the shot clock for the Wildcats of Fort Valley, so they're going to have the basketball with 8.9 seconds left in relation. No, they want to try to see if they can't get a basket here, but Tuskegee's challenge here is to make a solid defensive stand with these remaining 4 seconds on the shot clock for Fort Valley and get that basketball back with a chance to win it here on the road at the Hyper Arena. Coach Taylor gathered around his troops. One thing I'm sure he's instructing them to do is not foul on the inside. And Coach Taylor talking to the official, Jack Ushery, letting him know that he's going to want to take a quick time out here for whatever happens in this half-court set by Fort Valley. They will inbound it with 4 seconds to shoot. It'll be Jalen Jackson to inbound it, left of their cylinder, dumps it inside the Singor. He'll go right to the inside, challenged inside. Draper blocked it, and they call a foul on the inside. They call that on Seasbury instead. So Kevin with his first, and that'll send Singor to the line to shoot for Fort Valley. 5.9 seconds left. Singor to shoot free throws here. Tied at 65. Singor from the line is 1 of 2 when he got the first. That'll make it 66-65 with 5.9 seconds left. We'll see if Coach Taylor still takes this time out if Singor makes this second free throw. If he misses, the one thing that Tuskegee cannot afford is for the Wildcats to get the rebound. Singor for the second there with 5.9 seconds. Line drive and he missed. Rebound Pennington. Timeout immediately by Tuskegee. 4.4 seconds left. Can't ask for anything else on the road than have an opportunity here. Coach Taylor is going to ask for a little bit more, saying if they can get a little bit more time on the clock. The officials are conferring now. Right now it's at 4.4. As Singor went 1 of 2 from the line and leaves a little bit of breathing room here for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. On Saturday against the Badgers of Spring Hill, Tuskegee hit one at the end of regulation to send it in overtime with about this amount of time left, about 6 seconds left. Seasbury took it the distance of the floor and got a jumper in the corner to take it into overtime. 4.4 seconds left. We'll see what Tuskegee does here. Whose hands will they put this basketball in? Obviously, you would think that it's got to go through Kevin Seasbury. Not sure where Tuskegee's going to get this basketball. Looks like they may have to go the length of the floor with it. And they're talking to Coach, one of the assistant coaches, Coach Wright, on the far side for Fort Valley. But it looks like Tuskegee's going to have it at the other side of the floor at the scorer's table to inbound it. That means they won't have to go the length of the floor. Right now they got 5/10 of a second left. Now they're trying to get it back set for the right amount of time. Officials at the far side of the floor conferring. It was at 4.4 when play stopped. Coach Taylor was asking where the time should really be. Now they put it at a full 5 seconds. And in the basketball, it's Tuskegee's going to have the basketball. Rodney's on the other side of the cylinder. They're trying to get him to that side to inbound, and now they'll let him have it that side of the floor. Rodney got to hurry now. Got it to Seasbury. Kevin, 3 seconds. Kevin slides right side. Floater. Seasbury can't get that one. Tuskegee had a chance right there at the buzzer. Seasbury got it airborne, but just not able to get it to fall for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. What a basketball game. Tuskegee took them right down to the wire. Had a chance to claim that win. Had Seasbury gotten that shot up and got it to the cylinder for a basket, but he was running the floor right side and in stride. Got it toward the cylinder, tried to bank it, but it did not fall good. So the Wildcats of Fort Valley win it 66-65 over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Tuskegee on the road and trying to make it 3 in a row, hoping to take it into another overtime or win it here with a shot at the buzzer. Not able to do it, so Tuskegee now 10-10 on the season and 8-6 in SIAC play. Wildcats go to 8-13 overall, and they pulled a 7-7 in SIAC play. They are dancing on the floor here at the Hyper Arena as the Wildcats able to defend their home floor with a 66-65 win over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. We'll take a break here and come back and wrap things up here at Fort Valley State University. Stay with us on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee athletics on the Golden Tigers Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery, elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Gerald Long, General Manager of the Utilities Board of Tuskegee, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
And we're back live inside the Hyper Arena at Fort Valley State University. The Golden Tigers of Tuskegee come up short in this one. They lose it 66-65 to the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Take a look at some of the numbers in this ball game. Golden Tigers 50% from the floor, 26 of 52 shooting. They were 13 of 21 from the free throw line. And in a ball game where the Golden Tigers did not hit one Vibes Restaurant 3-point basket. They lost it 66-55 to the rebounding, completely even in this ball game. Turnovers even at 12. Tuskegee with 8. Wind Creek, Casino, Montgomery 5 fast break layups, and Tuskegee with 12 turnovers. Wildcats of Fort Valley with 12 as well. For the Wildcats of Fort Valley, they shot 44% from the floor at 21 of 48. And from behind the arc is really the difference for them. They were 9 of 22 shooting from behind the arc at 41% to give them the 1-point edge that they needed. And they needed all of that to contend against the Golden Tigers, who came charging in that second half, just came up a point short in that second half of play. Kevin Seasbury finished with 26 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee after having only 2 points at the intermission. Kasami Draper had 20 in the ball game, and Draper had 4 rebounds along with those 20 points. Noah Goins had 7 for Tuskegee. They got 2 from Dylan Cambridge and 2 from Trey Crawford. And DeAnthony Pennington, he finished with 8 in the ball game for Tuskegee as well. For the Wildcats of Fort Valley, no question about it, it was Jalen Jackson who made all the difference in the world for them. Jackson finishing with 24 points. Jackson from the floor, 8 of 16, 5 from behind the arc, and he was 3 of 5 from the free throw line to lead them in scoring. They got 12 from Hassan Diallo, and they got 11 from Sayer Singor, the players in double figures for the Wildcats of Fort Valley. So the Wildcats defeat the Golden Tigers 66-65, so that means for Tuskegee, they fall to 10-10 overall and 8-6 in the SIAC, still occupying that second position in the West. And the setup is for Saturday when they meet the Golden Bears of Miles College at Chappie James Arena in a Saturday matchup. Wildcats of Fort Valley go to 8-13 now, and they go even at 7-7 in SIAC play. So that'll do it for our coverage here at Fort Valley. Reminder that on Saturday we have doubleheader action from the Chappie James Center. The number 1 team, the Golden Bears of Miles College, both men and women, will meet the number 2 teams, the Golden Tigers and women, and the Golden Tigers and the men in basketball play. That game slated for HBCU Go, but of course we'll be there at GTSN with the coverage on the audio side. So make your plans to join us on Saturday from Chappie James. Special thanks to the president of Tuskegee University, Dr. Mark Brown, also to Chief Operating Officer Rolondas Rice, Director of Athletics and Executive Producer of GTSN, Reginald Ruffin, Deborah Rogers, our Deputy Chief Athletics Director, Communications and Marketing Department, and to Jordan Benson, Sports Information Director at Tuskegee University, Nick Brown, our Game Operations Manager, and to Eric Tabor. Always a good job on our production from our remote studios, as we had coverage here for you tonight from Fort Valley, Georgia. That'll do it for our coverage. Charles Ward saying thanks so much for joining us. Make your plans to join us Saturday from Chappie James for more Golden Tigers basketball action. We'll have it live for you on GTSN. This has been a production of GTSN. Have a great night. We'll see you on Saturday from Chappie James.
Tuskegee fans, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Purpose, progress, people.